A very good evening, Team Zimbabwe, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. We are taking a look on what is happening in the nation Zimbabwe without fear, without favor. And one of the most important issues right here is what is happening within ZANU-PF structures, echelons, government, etc. The arrest of Opah Muchinguri's daughter is one of the key indicators of where we are going as a nation. When you see vana vevene vachisungwa, that should ring a bell. That must show you that we are going somewhere as a nation in terms of the end of Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. So we are taking a look onto this report where the daughter of Opah Muchinguri was arrested. This is Tanya Rosina Rushesha. She was arrested recently because of a fraud issue which happened. So the police detained the 35-year-old daughter of Defense Minister Opah Muchinguri Kashiri in a fraud investigation on Friday. Let me tell you this, guys. In Harare, you are not arrested if you are a son of a politically connected person or a powerful politician. You are not arrested just like that. They start to make inquiries about your arrest. If they want to arrest you, they start making phone calls. Or you get arrested at the instigation of someone very powerful or at the instruction of someone very powerful. That is what we need to understand. So Tanya Rosina Rushesha was arrested by detectives from the Police Commercial Crimes Unit after 3 individuals told the police she had scammed them. This is what the issue is all about. And she approached business owners and misrepresented that she was selling bulk fuel, and they placed large orders and gave her money, and then she failed to deliver. That is what happened. Those are the allegations. And police spokesman Commissioner Paul Nyati refused to comment on this issue, said he does not have any information, but we know they don't rush to comment on these matters because Opah Muchinguri is not a weak person. Number one, she is one of the most powerful people in ZANU-PF. She is the chairperson of ZANU-PF. She is the chairperson of ZANU-PF, a very critical role which she has. Also, she comes from Manicaland, which means she is also commanding a province, which is a very key, very instrumental, and very important. And also, she is a defense minister. These are very important portfolios we've talked about within ZANU-PF. She's the national chairperson. She's very influential in Manicaland. She's also a defense minister, which means you can't just go and arrest the daughter of a defense minister in Zimbabwe just like that. Maybe if it was a law-abiding country, we could be talking something different. So Tanya is the second child of a minister to be arrested this year after Neva Mnangagwa. Neva Mnangagwa, who is also another minister's son, was arrested on the illegal dealing in foreign currency, as well as the issue of Starlink. And he spent almost a month in remand prison and was then given bail after a very long struggle. So Opah Muchinguri is yet to respond to this arrest, but unlike Muchangwa had to make some phone calls, had to make some confessions, but she's being persecuted. This is politically linked, this is politically aligned. Let me tell you this, these arrests are not normal, they are not natural or whatever, because the people involved are very, very powerful people. Right here we are talking about. There are crimes which have been committed in the past which warrants these children of these people to be behind bars. But simply because they are politically connected, they are politically powerful, it didn't happen. So right now, the fact that it's now happening, it's a clear indication of where we are going as a nation. This is a party which is crumbling, a party which is now resorting to persecution of family members to score some goals. What is happening is, remember, she is one of the people perceived to be in a very powerful clique against the 2030 tinenge tichipo. Remember, there is a probability that she might be the vice president of Zimbabwe. This is something which I need to discuss. Within ZANU-PF right now as we speak, they are fighting for her to be vice president. But can she be vice president when Kembo Mohadi is still there? No. Under Emmerson Mnangagwa, she won't be vice president, which means she will be vice president if Chiwenga maneuvers to become the president. There is a great possibility that Opah Muchinguri will be a vice president. Here is the thing. There was a debate about Kembo Mohadi representing the Matebele region. Opah Muchinguri, she's perceived to be Shona, although she comes from Manicaland. There was a debate there. And then the arguments being raised within ZANU-PF, they say the Unity Accord Agreement is long expired. This is not me. These are people within ZANU-PF who are making these issues. Say the Unity Accord Agreement has expired. We cannot continue to be held at ransom with that Unity Accord. That is what they are saying, and they are saying it's better for us to have her because we are still running on a party constitution, whereas the constitution of the nation says you must simply elect 2 vice presidents. The president must choose 2 vice presidents. So this is the whole argument all about right now, which means if they play their cards well, she might be a vice president, and also you might have another person from Matebeleland coming in as a vice president, also to try and silence the tribal conflicts which are emanating. Whatever which made that minister to be fired, that deputy minister to be fired, the major issues are not about what happened when he fired that teacher. The major issues about tribal conflicts within ZANU-PF itself. They are fighting as we speak right now, and a lot is happening. So you can actually see that where we are going, ZANU-PF is likely going to crumble sooner than the people of Zimbabwe perceive or believe. ZANU-PF is likely going to crumble sooner than the people of Zimbabwe thought or perceived. What we need right now as the citizens is to unite, make sure that we deal with these situations, we speak about these issues, and we expose whatever which is happening, because ZANU-PF is using propaganda kumarua. It says to let us use that opportunity to self-correct whatever they are saying, which means we have to create messages as citizens which we send in these WhatsApp groups, making sure that we correct the narrative being sent or being set in Nevarakash. So at this point in time, the major critical video is about General Anselm Sanyatwe kumamisha iri kutendera both on audio and video. Iri kutendera kumaruwa. We need to make sure that we step in, we speak against it, we urge our people to ignore it. That is what we need to do. Because this is a clear indication that this regime is falling apart. What is happening, the arrest of Tanya is a clear indication of where we are going. Because in Zimbabwe, as far as we are concerned and as far as we know, it's very difficult to arrest mwana wa minister. It's very, very, very difficult. Especially Anotova Mtungamiriri ZANU-PF, also area defense minister. It's quite impossible, but it is happening right now. It started with Neva Mchangwa. It's now happening with Opah Muchinguri's daughter, who is next. So a few weeks ago when Neva Mchangwa was arrested, we started to hear about Tanya. She was mentioned several times, and it was ignored just like that. And fast forward to these days, this just past week, we are seeing or we are hearing that she has been arrested. This is something else in Zimbabwe. Meanwhile, let us continue to fight for change. Change is coming, but it needs you and me. Let us continue to be engaged. Let us continue to fight together. Send a message to a loved one to continue being prayerful. Let us continue to pray. Let us continue to be hopeful. Change will come to the nation of Zimbabwe. Spiritual forces are at work. They've unleashed spiritual terror, and we need to pray. You know, for those who read the scriptures, I think I've talked about this issue in the past, And I was being reminded about this story today. When Daniel prayed for a very long time. I think it's around 21 days. And God had answered in the first week. But Daniel had to pray for other 2 weeks more. But God had answered already. But the answer was held in the spiritual realms by the devil. And God had to intervene. So Zimbabwe is supposed to be in a position yekuti tingadai zvezvi tiri kunakirwa tisiri kuchema vanhu vachidzoka kumusha. But because spiritual altars which are being erected in private places, they are so powerful, yet as the believers we are quite weak. We need to step up, put more prayers such that we win this battle. So it's a matter of God, it's a matter of asking God to actually intervene and remember Zimbabwe, because our answers have been answered, our prayers were answered a very long time ago, but we need to continue to press on to pray such that God intervenes much earlier than we all thought. So it is what it is. We continue to watch and see. Let us continue to support Advocate Nelson Chamisa. Change is coming, and we don't deviate, we don't move away from our agreement. We made an agreement on this platform that we support Advocate Nelson Chamisa through thick and thin. That is what we are doing. So here is it in Zimbabwe. The arrest of Tanya Rushesha is one of the most controversial issues right here as we speak, and conclusively, we can agree that this is not a mere arrest. This is a political arrest, and it's because they understand each other, they are taking out each other, and they are doing what needs to be done on their own. ZANU-PF is crumbling and it's falling, but the good parties, they are helping in destroying themselves. We'll wait to see what is going to happen, but change is coming.